Good evening and welcome. It's Anna here, and today I am here with a flip through of this little journal. It is called Helen, and it is made out of a repurposed book called Helen's Småttingar, which is a Swedish book, and it was published in 1877, so it's quite old. It's almost 100, it is 100 and soon 150 years. Let's start with the measurements before I forget. It is 4.5 by 6 3/4 of an inch. And the spine is almost 1.5 inches. So, as I said, it is made out of a repurposed book, and the spine of the book was really thin, so I took it away and made a new spine. The old spine is glued onto the new spine, so you can still see how small it was. It has 9 signatures that is sewn in with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and it has a, let's see if I can show you, hidden hollow back spine. On the front cover I have done a little collage with a vintage post-it letter, some Tim Holtz ephemera. The kids and the butterfly are Tim Holtz, and this one as well. Then there is some faux cellophane tape, and this is glued onto the cover. On the back there are some little labels, and also a small, let me see if I can get it in frame, small photo. The spine is made out of cardstock that has been doubled, and also a thick layer of fabric on the outside and one on the inside, so it is really stable. I have just wrapped a piece of sari silk around it to use as a closure, and 9 signatures. Did I say that? 9 signatures and a total of about 200 pages. And the pages are made out of all kinds of stuff. So let's begin. It's a chunky book. The end papers are made out of scrapbook paper. And here I have sewn on a vintage envelope. I have plenty of these small ones to make a pocket, and inside it is a genuine vintage postcard. This is the original first page of the book, and here's a little fussy cat girl and some fussy cats, no, not fussy cats, rub-ons. I haven't done this in a while. You can also see a small name there, Carl Hasselberg, 1879, and I believe that was the original owner of the book. And here you can see the publishing date, 1877. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so that you don't have to, maybe that would be better. This is some tea-dyed paper, and as you can see, something is folded around here, and that is actually the flyleaf of the book. And this was in very thin, very bad condition, so I glued it onto another flyleaf from another book, and I have put some faux cellophane tape there. And this is the dedication, and it's in Swedish, and it says, I'm translating it once again, Carl Hasselberg, for Ulla Hasselberg, a funny book about funny kids, from grandfather, 12th of May 1946. So he is giving his own childhood book until to his grandchild, and I think that was fun, and I wanted to incorporate it, and you can journal on the back there. This is a piece of a Danish songbook, and it is from 1875. Love the format of that one. I have ledger paper, and this one is folded up, and you can either cut it up and fold it down, or you can make it into a pocket or whatever you please. Here is some tea-dyed bullet journal paper, and this flip is extended with a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera. This is a genuine piece of ephemera in the center here, and that is a bill of taxes. And this is from Finland, I think. And it was a bit ripped, so I mended it with some cellophane tape. On this side, the flip is extended with Tim Holtz. No, I don't think it's Tim Holtz. It's someone else that's copying Tim Holtz, but it's made to look like those photo booth things. Other side of the ledger and the songbook and the tea-dyed paper. And on this page, this is a pocket that I made in one of my Use It or Lose It's. With a little image there and a label and a tab, and then you can journal in here, and on the back there's a page, a pocket I mean, and this is a journal tag that I made. And I think I made it in Use It or Lose It as well, I can't even remember. And this is page from the original text block. This page is a Tim Holtz backdrop that is sewn in the signature. And here's a belly band made out of Tim Holtz collage strip that I put down with eyelets and knotted some sari silk. And this is a little journaling card that I made. You can journal on the back. That goes in there. And on the other side is another piece of collage strip and one of Tim Holtz ephemera. I can't remember what this set is called. Maybe Found Relatives or something. I thought that could go in there. I'm trying to use up some of my old ephemera from Tim Holtz so that I can buy some new. Just had to get a sip of water. This is a vintage envelope that I opened up. You can journal on there. Pages from the original text block. Tea-dyed paper. In the center of that signature is a piece of a folio from a book about fishes, and I think it was published in 1951. Whenever I know the publishing date, I write it down in the corner with a pencil, and if you don't like to keep it, you can simply erase it. Back of those pages. Here's the back of the envelope. And this was sent to, can't see what it says there, but it's from 1912, I think. Back side of the Tim Holtz backdrop. Here's a piece of ephemera. That's a pocket or a tuck, and another one of Tim Holtz Found Relatives. And I have back this one with the flyleaf paper from this book. Here's another page from the original text block. This is a pocket I made out in one of my Use It or Lose It, and it flips out like this. You could add a collage or another page to journal on there. And inside it is a genuine vintage birthday card. It hasn't been mailed. But I believe they must have, just put it in the box themselves, the postage box. But it's really nice. More tea-dyed paper. Here's another envelope, and this one is a flip. This has also been made in 1933, and it is glued onto this page. Here is a piece of Tim Holtz wallpaper. This book page is from 1949, it says down there. Inside the envelope, which is a pocket, is this little journal card that I made, just backed with some nice flyleaf paper from another book. Some lined paper and some Edith Holden. You can't almost have a junk journal without Edith Holden these days. More lined paper. More of that calendar from 1949 and more tea-dyed paper. Here is another flip. This one comes from a book that is called Garden Eden. And I backed it with some other flyleaf paper, and then I sewed it onto this piece of fabric that is the same that's on the outside of the cover, and then I glued it down. So this does not bulk up the page, but it gives extra journaling space. Here's another envelope that is opened, and this one was sent in 1966 from Long Island, New York to Sweden. And on it is another flip that is made in the same way. It's a vintage postcard of these two cute children that I have sewn onto some fabric and then just glued to the page. I love using making flips out of cute things. Here is I can't remember if this is a sticker or if it's a fussy cut from a book. It could be a sticker, but I thought it was cute. On this page we have a pocket made of a Tim Holtz butterfly, and inside it is one of his photo booth strips. We have vintage lined paper. This is a folio from a book that was in Happy Mail, so I don't know the age of that. Some coffee dyed heart-shaped doily. More coffee dyed paper. This is stationery, I think. Back of the doily. And here is one of the pockets I made in my Use It or Lose It. It is a double pocket in here. This is a vintage old photo negative that's made into a pocket and sewn onto a piece of vintage paper, and this little garden is in the back pocket. And this was also made in my Use It or Lose It quite recently, and there is a little child learning how to ride a bike. This book is really packed with stuff and ephemera, and even though it is packed, it is also full of places to journal on. Here's another, the back of the New York envelope. The piece of ephemera I put there, label. Here is another page from the original text block and another flip made in the same way. This one is sewn onto a piece of linen, and it's also a vintage postcard. And this one has a little tab up here as well. More of the tea-dyed paper. 1913 is the date of this calendar page. More ledger, and this is a folio from a tea-dyed folio from Beatrix Potter book. Here we have a training book, a folio out of a training book where you trained on shorthand, or a steno pad, I should say. The rest of the Beatrix Potter. I'm sorry for my dog barking. I believe it is a cat outside. She will be quiet soon. More ledger and the back of the calendar. Here is a door that I made into a little tuck spot, and inside is a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera. More tea-dyed paper, more page from the original text block. There is at least one folio on each signature. This is some John Walsh England, I think, and this was published in 1963. Another little flippity tea-dyed paper, and here it is extended with a small envelope, and inside it is a vintage playing card. On this page I just clipped on a piece of, let me see if I can get it out, a piece of paper that is folded like an envelope, but it folds out for some secret journaling. Let me get that back on, and this is a mini paper clip. There we go. Down here is a small collage with me. This is actually a picture of me when I was 4 or something. And a little label. So whoever buys this book will get a little mini Anna as well. Some lined paper. This is out of a book about with lots of images of old dogs. And I just love it. Oh, look at that little girl. Here's another envelope that I opened up for extra journaling space. And I love the crowns inside of there. It's also mended with some cellophane tape that I made. More pictures of dogs and the lined paper. On this page we have a pocket that I did in the one of the Use It or Lose It. And inside is a journaling card, and this is a library card, catalog card from a library that I simply glued down this girl, a couple of wings, and then I splattered with gold ink. And I really like this. This has turned out so cute. There we go. And a flip that is all yours to extend if you like. The back of the John Walsh England. Really cute. Here is a little flip out, and as you see, it's a Tim Holtz Found Relatives card, and I just glued it onto some muslin. Tea-dyed paper. This is a page out of a it's a reprint of an old I don't know what to call it, Dictionary of Medicines, a Merck catalog, I think. It was published in 1999, but I think it's really cool. Here is one of the Tim Holtz frames. I put some I am struggling with my words today. I put some acetate in it. I decorated it a bit further, and then I put in a little journaling card with this girl going to school, or boy, I don't know which, and you can journal on the back. Here's some blank paper. That's vintage. This is a piece of an old ledger from a boat. In the center is a piece of Tim Holtz wallpaper. And more of that Merck catalog, tea-dyed paper, and page from the original text block. And here is a small collage. A thankful heart is a happy heart, it says, and then there's a kid with a dog in. That's a washi sticker. Here is another opened envelope for extra journaling space. I love using them in this size journal because 1, I get to use all my envelopes. 2, gives extra journaling space in a fun way. And 3, it makes it look more interesting. So I really like them. This is from the original text block, and on the back is a pocket. And this pocket is made out of a glassine envelope pocket thing that you had the photo negatives in. And I made a little journaling card to go inside. And I backed it with some ledger. More tea-dyed paper, more lined paper, and this one is a flip for extra journaling space. Here is a vintage Swedish-German dictionary from 1905 that I love using. Here is the other side of the lined paper, which is a flip. Inside the flip is this little notebook that I made in one of my Use It to Lose It's. It's got a few pages for you to journal on. And in here is something red. I believe it's a receipt. Or maybe carbon paper. It was there and I thought it could stay there. Really cute. And I dropped the paper clip, so I had to get another one and clip it in. Anyway, this is a wine label from, it's like 10 years old or something. And I glued down these little ladies here looking like they're having a picnic in the vineyard. More tea-dyed bullet journal paper and more pages from the original text block. And here is another little extra journaling space that I made. And this is once again the songbook from Denmark. I have put a little fussy cut there and a piece of lace. And here is, it's reinforced with some linen. And I have sewn in, hand sewn, this little extra journaling space. And this is an old fly leaf from a very old book. And here is some lined paper. And you can journal in there. More envelope. And another page from the original text block with a flip out. And this is a vintage Flower Fairies postcard, and this one is from 1975. I think I saw 75. Really cute. Here's some note paper. And another envelope. Put a little ABC there. This is an old essay from a school book. In the center here is another double pocket I made in my Use It to Lose It, and in working on this book. I absolutely love this. This is from Tim Holtz's most recent drop before the Halloween drop. And this is a house, and I split it in the middle, put that little girl there, and then it's a double top spot. And I really, really love that. I'm gonna do that more times. And on the back of the envelope there is DEF. Started with ABC, and then there is DEF. There is the flip here, this music paper. That's another piece of Tim Holtz, and this one as well. And I have just backed it with tea-dyed paper, so you can journal on that as well. And we have reached the back of the book, and here is a small collage using some Tim Holtz and some genuine vintage ephemera and 2 Tim Holtz girls. So that's it for this chunky monkey. It is really fat, 200 pages, and it's almost an alligator mouth. Sorry about that. I had so much fun making this book, so much fun. I hope you like it. If you do, it will be available in my Etsy shop later this evening. And I will be back. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and then there will be a Use It or Lose It. And I have a big Runchy journal to finish, and then I am going to start my bird journal. And that is a challenge between me and Carol at the Friendly Quail. So I hope you enjoyed this flip through. If you did, thumbs up, like, subscribe, give me a comment down below what you think. And I will talk to you guys really soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye.